Top of the morning. All praise and glory to the Creator. Creator of the air, the land, the seas, the things that's in them and on them. Period. That's who we go to the Creator. Man, I was just playing with some thoughts in my head and just was coming up with solutions to different dilemmas way back. You know, that came into existence way back. You know what I mean? It's like I'm on some grown ass man shit. It's really though. I say what I want to and I mean what I say. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. For real though. I'm on that grown man shit. Can't nobody compromise me today. Fuck a feeling. Fuck WWF and fuck WWE. Working with emotions. I work with neither. You know, just like that. Because in order for us to heal, we must go through the pain. For us to overstand and give it some life. You know what I mean? Give life to what it is that a person is trying to get through to you. We don't never go through nothing. We never accomplish nothing. Like that old saying, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. True. But it's a trip how in my life I see just different things with in my life experience, how I see different things like, you know, how where our ancestors came from slavery and whatnot, you know what I mean? And I see how we so easily to be influenced into doing exactly what they want us to do, corral us into what they corrals and train us the way they want to train us. No different than the animals. We wouldn't shit if you think about it. Shit, in the slavery days, we was treated worse than animals. Don't get it twisted. But you know, on that note, it's like, you know, I'll be thinking about sometime how in that passage over here though, going back even before the slavery, in that passage over here when it started, how them kinky, stinky ass motherfucking Europeans wanted to stick their tools in the chocolate in our queens. You know what I mean? And fuck up our gene pool for real. And that's what made the species that we are today. Some mixed motherfuckers. We mutts. Shit, if everybody look back into their fucking race, into their fucking history, to their stories, they'll see that it's some European in them, it's some Indian in them, it's some a little bit of everything, just like the Mexicans, mixed race. Same thing with us, we mutts too, the American nigger. But as long as you got an ounce of nigger in you, they consider you a nigger. But in actuality, we mutts, we got all this shit. It really fucked our gene pool up and fucked our courage up and our strength. Because they mixed, what they did was they watered down our bloodline. It's just like me, I raised pigeons before. And I got a hot ass pigeon and it's too hot, it keep rolling down. Everything I get off this bird, roll down. All the offspring from this pigeon, roll them down, they hit the ground, roll them. So what I do to make that bird not hot, I put something that's doing about a quick 5. Or maybe a 4 or a 3. You know what I mean? To calm that bird's roll down, to cut that bird's blood from being so damn hot. So the offspring will come out with that father's DNA or the mother's DNA, and it'll slow that bird down, hopefully. You know, that's the same thing they did with us, if that makes sense to you. And fuck that word, it's deep, just because you're saying you don't know. That shit is heavy. It's heavy, because it's some true shit I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's like we were so motherfucking stubborn and bullheaded because of what they did to us. They had to cut that. Some horrific act that they put on us. They knew in their minds that, man, we gotta cut this. Because if we leave these strong bastards here like this, sooner or later they gonna figure out and they gonna come against us. And that's what the cutting us was for. Just like that Willie Lynch theory that came about. You know what I mean? The light-skinned against the dark-skinned, the tall against the short, the skinny against the fat. All that's some bullshit too. All that was designed for us to be on us. For us to go at each other. Ain't none of us no better than the next motherfucker. We all fucking humans and we all us. We should be proud. But the whole thing is, we know this. Now it's time for us to do our due diligence and do our research, everybody individually, and come up with solutions to these problems. You know, we know it. Let's come up with a solution to it and move on, because that's what it is. You know what I mean? Keep us divided so they can keep conquering us. Just like we got our people in them little spots who they think they got cool ass slots or whatnot, and they're part of the quote unquote American getting a piece of the American pie, or they're part of the American dynasty, as it were. Man, if you motherfuckers don't figure it, and if you motherfuckers ain't figured it out by now, I don't know if y'all will ever figure it out, because I don't give a fuck what title you hold, what position they give you, you'll be still that nigger. Whether you mix with whatever or what, you'll still be that nigger to them, you know what I mean? Because like I say, once you got an ounce of motherfucking nigger blood, you consider a nigger. So don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued by in any way. Because it's like, it was a well thought out plan by that European man to divide us and put this bullshit in play in order for us to keep our focus off of who was really the motherfucking enemy. You know, I commend this motherfucking ass, because it took me a while to really figure it out and see it. And I barely scratched the surface. I know it now. With my case studies, my own studies, I didn't learn this shit in the book. I just knew it. I just felt it in my heart. I just felt it in my body that something was terribly wrong, and it's not supposed to be like it is. You know, I see my sisters, man. Once was beautiful women, man, making up, looking like clowns, looking like straight buffoons. They looking no different than that motherfucking clown we used to watch, I think, in what, the 70s, Bozo. Don't get offended. Just do something about it. Because that's not y'all. Think about it. Y'all was beautiful before y'all even touched they shit. Do you understand that the reason why that makeup was made up was because of their pale ass skin, and they wanted to look like y'all? And now here we go mimicking them, mimicking us. They wanted to look like y'all. Now y'all want to look like them. They mimicking y'all and y'all mimicking them. But they tweaked it with the bullshit airbrush paint shit, the war paint. You know, we got to understand that the things we pick up ain't for us, man. Seriously. Or women, y'all need to take a real deep look at yourselves and know that y'all don't need that shit. But if you keep on using that shit, you become dependent on that shit, and it leave holes and craters in your face. You know, plus fuck up everything you trying to do. You know, you gotta let your skin breathe. Your skin is your skin is the biggest organ on your body. It heals naturally. Long as you let it breathe the properly, the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Shit. It's like we pick up some bad habits, just like us men wanna arch our shit. Don't get me wrong, wanna arch our shit. There ain't nothing wrong with grooming, whatever, you know what I mean? But damn, man, come on, man. Fingernails, pedicures, manicures and shit. Come on, man. That's not manly. See, that's that shit. That's that shit from them crackers breeding with us and fucking up our gene pool and taking out the masculinity. See, we no longer masculine. We become feminine. We want that. Get in tune with your feminine side. A man is not supposed to be feminine. I pay attention to the animal, to the beast in the wilderness. You know what I mean? That silverback gorilla, that lion. Ain't nothing feminine about them. I'm like them. I'm like Cujo. I'm like, hey, ain't nothing feminine about us, homie. So all that, you know, I don't care if your khaki G-strings get in a bunch for me saying this, you know, or whatnot. It need to be said, because a lot of you motherfuckers out here bitch raised and bitch made, acting like y'all all that today. I know it ain't in you. Y'all just brushed up against a real motherfucker. It ain't in you. It's just on you. So you really need to take a real deep look at who you are. Look in that mirror and figure it out. Because a lot of y'all not cut out to be these motherfucking warriors and soldiers y'all are. Even though y'all on each other, a lot of y'all not cut out for it. A warrior's work is never done, you know. I don't have no time to, you know what I mean, for all that old he say, she say ass bullshit. It's like I'm just doing my due diligence because I'm going back to the slaves, to where that cracker, that European, want to put his vanilla pole in that pudding, in that chocolate pudding, and fuck up our gene pool. And thus, his wife get mad because she find out that he's doing that. Now she want to fuck Mandingo and fuck up our gene pool. And where we fucking up their gene pool, but still fucking them up because they throw the babies right back to us because they got an ounce of black in them. So they throw the babies right back to us after the mistress didn't had the motherfucking baby. They throw the baby right back to us. So like thus the baby go and have sex with another black, water them down, and so on and so on. So that's how they've been fucking up our gene pool all the time. They fucked up our gene pool. If this makes sense, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense to me. And that's why we so easily be compromised, go along with this faggot shit and all this other shit that they set forth for us today. And we need to really, really wake up and look deep into it, because there's some heavy shit going on. Till you hear from me again, message, history, knowledge, our story. Struggle to bubble, baby.